Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates, your channel for all things Star Wars Battlefront. Today we got a bit longer video than usual, containing some fantastic news regarding Star Wars Battlefront that I think will make most of you very happy. So grab a drink, lean back and enjoy. Let's start off with what I think is the most exciting news so far. I think one big worry for a lot of people, especially myself, has been the controls of the Starfighters like X-Wings and TIE Fighters in the new game. I have really been hoping that they will be similar to the ones in the old games and not at all like the jets in Battlefield, as those are quite hard to fly. One of the EA Battlefront community managers, Matthew Everett, recently started a thread on the Battlefront subreddit where he lets people ask questions about the new game, and the team then responds to some of the questions, because as you might imagine they can only respond to a few of them without revealing too much about the game. However, today he replied to a question about how the controls of the Starfighters will work and if they will be as hard as the jets in Battlefield, and to my big relief he responds with a lot easier to fly, very Padawan friendly. We will go into more details on what makes them Padawan friendly and Jedi masterable. So to me this is awesome news, and hopefully this will mean that the controls will be similar to the old games, as those were very good. I wasn't a huge fan of the space battles, but what I'm more interested in and what I preferred more in the old games is the Starfighters on the ground maps, and how easy it's gonna be to successfully engage the infantry on the ground without crashing like I always tend to do in the Battlefield games with the jets. Don't get me wrong though, skill should still be rewarded, but I just feel that the base level of controls need to be Padawan friendly like Matthew puts it, as otherwise it will demotivate most people of even using the Starfighters after jumping into one for the first time. He also goes on to reply to another comment confirming that the Millennium Falcon will also be a vehicle that you can fly in the new Battlefront game. Not very unexpected considering it was shown in the trailer, but it's gonna be really interesting to see how they actually implement it. Will it be like the hero power-ups I talked about in the previous video, or will it be something else? I would also be very surprised if heroes like Han, Chewbacca and Leia wasn't in the game if the Millennium Falcon is. I will leave a link to the Reddit post in the description below so you can read all of the answers for yourself. These are however the only two things that confirm something new that was not previously known. To continue, I want to address my latest video where I talked about the fact that there won't be any iron sights in the new game. A lot of people in the community somehow thought this meant that there won't be any aim down sights in the new game at all, but Niklas, the design director, responded to this on his Twitter page saying, "Just to clarify, in Star Wars Battlefront, missing iron sights on certain weapons will have no effect on aim down sight gameplay, it's just a visual thing." So it seems like this simply means that instead of having iron sights like in Battlefield, there might be some sort of zoom feature like in the old games. At least that's my guess. Now on to some more interesting news. If you're expecting a Battlefield reskin, here's a few more things that will surprise you, because the new Battlefront will, according to Niklas, not have squads or classes at all. Players will be able to choose their loadout completely freely without any limitations to classes or things like that, and will be able to unlock equipment and weapons through experience. Personally, this is great news, as I want to be able to combine a freaking jetpack with a sniper rifle. That's something I've always wanted to do, and now hopefully will be able to. In terms of unlocking weapons through experience, I think that's another good thing, as it adds more progression to the game. I'd rather have something to work towards instead of getting all weapons and upgrades as soon as I play the game the first time. I realize that this is a quite big step away from the old games, so I completely understand if some people will oppose it, but I think it's a step in the right direction, as it hopefully adds a longer lifespan to the game and more stuff to make playing the game for longer periods of time interesting. Regarding the squads, Battlefront will instead have this partner system I've talked about before, where you can team up with a friend. When you play together, you will actually be able to see your friend on the HUD, and you can also spawn on that player, so this really adds a strong connection and sense of teamwork between these players. On top of this, you will also be able to share unlocks whenever you play with a partner. So if you play with a friend who is higher level than you can use all of his weapons and unlocks as well. My opinion on this subject is that the partner system per se sounds really fun and good. I just really hope that there will be some way to join a game with more than one friend and still end up in the same team. I don't mind if it doesn't mean being able to spawn on everyone and share unlocks, but as long as I can join a game with a bunch of friends and still end up in the same team, I'm happy. Otherwise I'm gonna be quite disappointed, and I can imagine a lot of other people being that as well. I think a good way to do this would be to still have squads to some degree, at least to the point where you can see them on the map, and then the partner system will just be between 2 players. Lastly, I just wanted to show off this picture posted by the official EA Star Wars account yesterday. This image, but in lower quality, was shown off in the developer diary I uploaded before, but is now available in higher quality. In the image we can see a first person and third person view of 2 players playing split screen. Unfortunately it doesn't show any HUD or interface, so it doesn't reveal a lot of new stuff, but we do get our first glimpse of the third and first person view. To sum up the news in this video, we now know that the Starfighters will be easy to maneuver, the Millennium Falcon will be a playable vehicle, there won't be any squads, and lastly, that you will be able to freely customize your loadout without having to think about classes. Please let me know in the comments below what you think about this news, and don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I will see you guys soon again, and as always, may the Force be with you.